Guys, today I'm going to be doing my September everyday carry, and as I kind of said, this is a little bit more knife, like heavier duty knives for hunting, and though I'm not doing any hunting this September, hopefully I will in the future Septembers. I'm just so busy with school slash business that I just have no time for hunting, but still want to bring them out and to really quickly get this one off because this thing is really likes to slide here. I'm going to get this out of the way first. This is just the Zippo, just a normal average Zippo. And so that is the Zippo. I'm going to put it over here because it is very slick. So next thing is, of course, this really never changes, is the good old HTC One M9. And still loving this phone. And like I said, really no intentions of changing it. I actually don't know. I'm really debating what my next phone will be. Definitely let me know what you guys think. It has to be quite technology forward. Just for my business, I really need a tech forward phone. But I don't know what to go for after this HTC One M9. Apple is really looking nice, but still don't know. I really do like Android. With those two pieces out of the way, I'll cover the knives. This is, of course, the good old Bark River Knives Bushcrafter. This is one of my most loved outdoor knives. It just is the perfect size, the perfect weight. Really, to me, it's just in all aspects perfect, for me at least, in everything that I do. It always seems to be pretty rugged, pretty tough, sharp. The CPM 3V is just an insane steel. So whenever I go hunting, whenever I'm actually out in the woods at all, unless I'm doing a gear test and I'm specifically trying to test other knives, and even at some times I'll carry this as a backup if I'm not sure how that other knife will perform. But whenever I'm out in the woods, this knife almost always is with me. On to the next knife. You guys are pretty familiar with this knife too, I'm sure by now. This is the good old Pole Force November one. I really loved this knife, and this knife is really close to perfection in my mind, other than the slight rust problems that it has, which I just leave the rust on it nowadays. I don't even really clean it off because it's not that much. I don't even know if you guys can see the rust. There's just a little bit by the edge, but it does get a little bit rusty, but I just leave it like that and I don't really care. But I really do love this knife, and this knife is insanely tough. I was reminded, I was shooting a video out, I think Wednesday. You guys will see it later on in like a couple weeks or something. But I was having to pound this knife through green birch, and that stuff was insanely tough. And lots of twists, lots of bends, and this thing just takes it all like an animal. It is insanely tough, and that just kind of reminded me of why I love this knife so much. It is just an insanely durable knife that you can just beat up so hard, and it just keeps on going. Anyways, guys, miniature rant aside, this is the Pole Force November 1, and it's an insanely awesome and highly underrated knife. It's made by Pole Force, but it's made by Lion Steel, so it pretty much explains everything of why the knife. Completely long rant on that knife. The next part is the good old Leatherman Surge. Once again, another incredible knife. I like this multi-tool, so no surprise, it's sticking. I have tried to replace this in the past, but honestly, I cannot. Like, when I replace it and get a new tool, I honestly find myself going back to this. Like, I'll put this away and then I'll go grab it. Because honestly, this just seems to have all the tools that I need / like. Really, this is the perfect package for me. I've thought many times about getting the Charge TTI is definitely one that I've thought about getting. But really, I can't bear to live without the tools that are on it. I'm hoping that they'll make a titanium version of the Surge. Probably won't happen, but that would be really awesome if they made an S30V blade on this Surge. That'd be really awesome, man. That would be such a throw these bracelets in here because I think I keep forgetting to throw bracelets in here. These two are definitely newer, and I'm switching up. I know the Sanctified weave is what I've worn for a long time, and that's really to kind of help show my company named Sanctified Weaving Company. But I decided to mix it up, and this is the Dragon Teeth. Everyone that sees this freaking loves this. I really have always loved Dragon Teeth. Not sure if I've gone on a mini rant about this yet, but this is an insanely awesome weave. I've always loved it from day one, and then I threw an awesome little gear loop on it. and just so you could attach to stuff, just do whatever with this little loop. So that was pretty awesome. This one I'm probably going to butcher the name on because I found this on a foreign website. I think it was from Sweden, but it was called Majida Volume 1, and this was actually a dog collar that I made into a bracelet. I just looked at its similarities to the normal Sanctified bracelet, and I converted this from a dog collar into a bracelet. So that pretty much explains, in case anyone's wondering why this is so gigantic. Like, here's the comparison on the wrist. Pretty big, pretty massive. Some people love these wide bracelets. I really just love bracelets, but this one can be a little wide at times. But yeah, this is Majida Volume 1, and it's a mix between two. It's the Sanctified mixed with another bracelet, pretty much combined. I cannot remember what the other bracelet is, but yeah, and I'm sorry if I'm apologizing if I mispronounced that name. If anyone is from like Sweden or Scandinavia and knows how to pronounce that better, but that's what it looked like, its spelling, and that's what this bracelet is. Aside from the bracelets, I am finally hopping back to the ProTac 2L. It is finally getting really dark at night, like pitch black, so I don't necessarily want the smaller, flashlight anymore. I am hopping back to the big old ProTac 2L. Still love this. I may replace this, I'm not sure. Really, it just goes back to the fact that, one, I don't use flashlights an insane amount, so having the amount of light or lumens that this produces is really just fine for me. I've never been disappointed with it or wish that it had more. So I think I'm probably just going to stick with it, though I could theoretically improve. The next two pieces are, of course, the good old classic SD. I love running this alongside the Surge because of its smaller tools balances the Surge's very large tools very well. I've been running this system for over a year now and love it. I keep forgetting, like I have a horrible memory with the gear that I carry. I just put it on and I forget about it, but I do carry a pen, and this is just the normal Zebra F301, and there's a couple reasons why I like them. I do have them in many different colors. I have them in red, blue, and several blacks. This one's just blue because that's what I had on me, but make no mistake, there's actually a red cartridge in here, just like to mix it up. So this is actually red on the inside, or has red ink. I can show you guys this. But actually it's not going to come out too well, but you guys can see that tail cap is red, so this is red ink. But anyways, I do really like these Zebras. I found them not only to be really inexpensive, but one of the things that I really liked about the Zebra, and I tried a lot of different pens, but 95% of all my writing is done on Write in the Rain paper, and if any of you pen guys out there know, Write in the Rain paper is very different. It does not work like normal paper, so it does not absorb ink very well. It also tends to not allow pens to write on it. It's really weird, but there are only a handful of pens that will actually write on it, and the Zebra just so happens to doesn't write on it, but the ink, since they use fast drying ink in these Zebras, the ink does not smear, because that's another problem. I used to really love fountain pens, but I think you guys see where I'm going. Fountain pens they give a lot of ink out, and they write really well on normal paper, but do not use them on Write in the Rain because it takes forever for them to dry. And yeah, it's just me down to the Zebra, and I really loved it. It's compact size, its weight's pretty good. It uses a steel body, and so I find it to be pretty durable. So I think the Zebra is really where I'm sticking right now, because like I said, 95% of all my writing is done on Write in the Rain paper, so I need to have a pen that will write and not have a failure or leave high amounts of ink and transfers and all that kind of stuff. Overall, the Zebra just works for me, so that's why I'm running it. And I have been running it for I think around 1.5 months now, and have really loved these Zebras. They are also micro ballpoints. Like, it's really tough to see. They're a very fine ballpoint. Probably will not be able to see that. I'm not going to try and refocus this because it's so small, but they are ballpoints, so I find that they flow across the page very well. So I really do like these Zebra F301s. definitely recommend it if you're looking for a more affordable option that will write on right in the range. Really that look at my EDC for the month, and this was a huge rant, but I really do love this knife. I think it deserves more appreciation than it gets. Hopefully you guys have liked these designs. This one will not be for sale on the website just for the fact that this takes up way too much paracord, and as you can see is even more complex than a normal weave. This one is not necessarily for sale as a buckle, but you can get this weave in this color too. So anyways guys, don't forget to comment, like, share, and subscribe, and let me know what you guys think of this kit. Except for, do not let me know if you think there are too many knives here, because I swear if you're carrying more than like 1.5 knives, everyone thinks you carry too many knives, at least on everydaycarry.com. I don't know if any of you guys use that website, everydaycarry.com, where you upload your pictures of your everyday carry. That place is freaking hilarious, I swear. They hate my everyday carries on there because I carry way too many knives. But miniature rant aside, don't let me know if I have too many knives, because I'm not changing that kind of attitude. There will be just as many knives, if not more, in my next EDC, and I'm out.